Wait, hold on. I don't know if I want to talk about being in telecom. How am I going to position that?
It's not about telecom. It's about the career choice you made, how you ended up
with the job. You may not be the smartest person in the room, but if you know how to work with others, like it'll get you way far.
I agree with that 100%.
Time.
Yeah, and during that time I prayed, and I got an interview from that same company I interviewed with at college, Florida Power.
Yeah, they end up calling.
And they end up calling me, and you ready?
Yeah.
All right, hey guys, if it's crazy, all right, go now. Wait.
Get in there! Oh my God!
Hey guys, welcome to the Family Mess. I'm Noah, and have a nice day.
Welcome to the Family Mess Podcast. I'm your host, Ian, and this is my wife and co-host, Natalie. The Family Mess, the podcast about life with kids and all things adulting. Let's talk. Natalie, how are you? Coronavirus killing us in the house.
I'm fine.
Man, I have never seen anything like this in my entire life. I don't even know what to do. This is very strange for me. At home, we have to be at home now, and we have to learn how to get along with each other. I'm not sure if I'm cool with that.
I'm okay with that. Well, for me, I've pretty much worked from home for the last few years, except for one day a week. So nothing's really changed for me, except there are people around now, and I'm trying to get my work done. But I've learned to deal with that.
Yeah,
that's the only thing. But
yeah, I guess for you it's probably normal. I guess for you it is normal because you do this every day. You've been doing this for years anyway. So for you, this is nothing really new.
Yep.
For me, it is. He's seeing these punk ass kids all the time. I love them, but man, they're so high energy, man. Good grief.
Yes, and when you work from home,
energy.
you do end up working longer than you do when you go to a job.
You know what? I've worked more in the last 2 weeks. Not that I don't work. Anybody at work is listening. I work at work, but I've worked more. Like I'm more mentally drained at the end of the day being on that computer because I have to take conference calls. I still do all my work like I regularly do, but now everybody knows that they have to call you in order to get in contact with you. There's no in the office. Like they have to call you out that phone on your cell phone to get a hold of you. And everything now is meetings, Zoom, Teams, everything.
See, I don't mind all this. Nothing.
Oh my!
Nothing's changed.
I'm stressed. I'm stressed. I'm
okay. I'm good with all that stuff. It hasn't bothered me much. So and like even though I've tried to process like what's going on. I don't know. I don't really. Maybe I'm just like emotionally detached. I don't know. But
I think you are.
But I don't get like freaked out about it. I'm just like, it is what it is. I right now I've been staying away from my parents because they're in their 80s.
Yeah.
And I had like allergies and coughing and stuff. So I just.
Isn't it funny how every time you try to go in the store, you try not to. You try not to cough or sneeze.
Yes, I do. I consciously try not to cough and sneeze when I go into a store because I don't want. What if I did have it and I was a carrier and I'm coughing and sneezing in the store?
What did you say last time in the store? It's allergies. What did you say when you coughed?
No. The one time I coughed in the store because I had eaten something with pepper.
Oh.
And it was like those large cracked peppers, and all of a sudden the piece, like I guess, it was roaming around in my mouth. And then I coughed. Because it was like.
And then what did you say after you coughed?
I don't remember what I said.
It's the peppers.
Yes, because I don't want people thinking that I was coughing because I'm coughing because I'm sick. So.
Well, it's crazy. I told you, when I was in church like 2 weeks ago before this really started, I remember wanting to sneeze and cough because of my allergies, and I couldn't. But I looked around at people in church; they were doing the same thing as me.
Well, yeah, just like that video with Steph Curry trying to. He looked like he was about to cough, and he's like, "No, not today, bro." And he just kept talking, but he went to motion like he was gonna cough, and he's like, "Not at this press conference, not today." So yeah, it is kind of crazy.
If you're gonna watch that video, he was about to. What's crazy is now you have to think about coughing, touching your face. I never realized how much I touch my face.
I touch my face all the time.
Yeah, but now they're like, "Don't touch your face." Now I'm like, "Oh my God, I touched my face more than I realized it." I went to the store yesterday and I took up something and I was about to scratch my eye, and I'm like, "Can't scratch my eye. Can't scratch my eye.
About to catch the corona.
I can't touch my. Oh my God, I can't touch my face. Nothing. Oh my. I don't even know what's going. I'm not really worried either. It's just very strange that people are just. I think people are very worried about this, and I think it's stemming from what we're seeing over in Europe, Italy.
Well, yeah, you got to be concerned for your health, but I mean, a lot of people are affected because they just don't have jobs. Like that's like the craziest part of this whole thing is that I'm thankful that I still have a job at this point in time, and I'm still able to work from home. But there are a lot of people who can't work from home and who can't do their job. If they're a service industry job, it can't be done from home. So I'm hopeful that yes, I am cautious because people laugh at me. I did not let my son. One of our neighbors went to.
Man,
they went to
I hope
Disney.
You're listening.
They could be listening. I don't know, but
can I call her out?
No, don't call her out her name. But we went to.
Can I
we
say
went.
Jay?
No,
if you're listening.
We had friends
We're
who
talking
went.
to you.
Oh, stop, Ian. We had friends who went to Disney right before they closed, and now to each their own. Everybody do what they want to do. But then my son wanted to play with their kid, and I was like, "Sorry, he can't play because y'all just went to Disney around thousands of people." Because I'm just that kind of mom. I'm a little bit more cautious. Like my kids have not left the house other than our yard, or they haven't left the house other than like a bike ride in the last 2 weeks. Like they can go outside, get fresh air. We shoot hoops in the backyard. They can go riding, but I've not let them interact with any other kids, the last 2 weeks. And my one son's getting very antsy, but I got 2 asthma people in here, so I feel like I should be a little bit.
I'm fine. I have
That's fine.
asthma,
That's you. But I'm not letting my kid go out. If you want to go out and do all your stuff, that's your business.
Oh, so you don't care if I die?
I told you if you die, I got money, so I'm good.
Oh, hell no.
I'm good. I got that life insurance. Why do you think I make sure you got a policy? So if you want to do some stupid ish and you die, then I'll be sad and all, yes. But I'll be happy at the same time because I'm like, let's pay off this house and chill for a minute, kids.
That's the worst thing you ever said to me in my life.
Oh, that's not.
I hate you right now.
That's the facts. But I can't control what you do. I mean, you're a grown man. So if you know you have asthma and you want to be running around the streets so you can go get Rice Krispies and Frosted Flakes cereal.
I don't eat Frosted Flakes because I'm trying to cut down on my sugar intake.
Or I'm sorry, Corn Flakes.
Don't judge me.
Whatever you go get. But anyway, so.
I see you don't eat those when I buy them, but I saw you try to bring in some Frosted Flakes in the house a couple weeks ago.
Corn Flakes is nasty if you don't have sugar.
No, don't eat no sugar. You're trying to cut down on sugar. That's why I bought the Corn Flakes.
Well,
so you wouldn't eat any.
Well, that's why I don't eat it. And that's what brings me to my new segment.
Transition.
My new segment of 5 minutes of pounds.
Natalie has a new segment about her weight loss journey.
Or lack thereof. So I'm currently... I'm at the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life. I've always been fairly physically fit because I've always played sports since I was a kid, and then even after my first child, I lost all the weight. But then the second kid, it ain't gone nowhere. And then now that I've hit my 40s, it seems like the weight just keeps creeping up. And if I'm not like exercising constantly, which I don't like to do, exercising is just. I can't like going to the gym and all that stuff. I do it not regularly, but I do it because I'm trying to keep the weight off.
You hate it so much.
I do.
Look, this morning, how long did it take you to go ride the bike this morning?
Oh,
it took me. You got up.
Oh, so today let me keep my 5 minutes of pounds. I make sure I stay within my time.
You're on minute 2 right now.
All right. So what I've decided I'm trying to do, which my plan is now, I'm trying, since we're home all day and with other things. So I'm trying to do some type of exercise like twice a day. That's like my goal. So this morning, last night I went to bed with the intention of getting up and exercising. I was going to do like this hip hop workout on YouTube video. But when I woke up, I was just like, oh my gosh, I do not feel like having to get up. And then I don't like to exercise when the kids are around. I want to do it when no one's up, no one's around. And it was already after 8. And I was like, oh, someone's going to wake up. So I decided to go for a bike ride. It took me 2 hours to get ready to go on this bike ride.
You should have seen her. She wasn't
I did not want to go on this bike ride.
Lollygag.
I was texting people. I was everything to not. But I did eventually leave the house and I went on a 45-minute bike ride, which I am proud of myself for doing. And I did enjoy the bike ride, except for like I ride on the sidewalk, even though it's illegal, but I ride on the sidewalk because I don't trust these cars, people on their phones while they're driving, and I can't see you with my back to the traffic. So with my 5 minutes of pound segment, so I'm going to just talk about what I'm doing that week or the last 2 weeks to lose weight and to see if hopefully something sticks.
This could be something new that will motivate the audience to.
So if anyone has any recommendations, because I have a bad sugar craving habit, a horrible sugar habit.
Oh, it's like a drug in this house.
Candy.
It's drugs.
Granola bars.
Forget about cocaine and all these other drugs. Candy is the drug in this house.
Yes. So I'm trying to find a way to cut off the candy and the carbs for a little while because I got this mom pouch. I got to get rid of this thing. It's driving me crazy. So, but I'm going to take this little segment every week to talk about what I'm doing. And also we'll be posting it on our Facebook page. So if anyone has any other suggestions or comments to what I say, yes, definitely. We're getting our new social media person, Kennedy. I'm calling you out, Kennedy, because making you official here. So Kennedy's going to do our social media. So we should have that done. But Yeah, that's when my 5 minutes of pounds.
5 minutes of pounds.
Yes, so that's
I like
where I'm
that.
at. So
I like that.
week 1, I'm down 2 pounds. I weigh myself every morning after I pee. I make sure I pee first.
You gotta get rid of that scale, man. The scale's not good.
I don't give a damn.
You're not supposed to use a scale.
Okay, I know you're not supposed to use a scale, but
It's
I
the worst
like
thing
I
ever.
like
it
the scale.
psychologically defeats you
I know.
if it's not where you want to be. They even tell you do not use a scale when you're losing weight.
I know not to use the scale, but I like looking at the scale every day, even if it's a pound. Because you know what it does for me personally? If I see it going up too much, and it makes me more aware, and then I stop, and then I'll start eating better. Like I'm making my stupid soups in the Instant Pot every day and stuff. It makes me eat better. Now when I don't, before I know it, my clothes are too tight and all that stuff.
That's right.
So that's why I get on the scale
That's
after
right.
I pee. That way I feel better.
Your pee weighs what, 2 pounds?
Hey, no, it's like a few ounces, but that's
Oh, my
okay.
God.
If it says 1 whatever, actually I better start. I'm gonna put my weight. Today was 188.7.
ridiculous.
That's my starting point. My highest weight ever. Actually, my highest was after Christmas was 192.
You eat, how much do you weigh?
190. Right now I'm 188. No.
How much?
Yeah, I'm weighing 198. Yeah. I'm fat.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh more than you. Shut up.
I weigh 188.
Well, I weigh as much as you do, okay? Yes, I'm fat. I can admit that. I'm fat at this point in my life, and I'm working on it.
I didn't say you were fat, but damn.
Oh, I'm fat. I feel it.
Oh.
I can feel the weight. Like
Damn.
I feel like when I put on a few pounds the other day, I'm like, I can feel that I put weight on. Like I can, it's bad. So I'm not used to that. So yes, I am putting more. That's why this is my 5 minutes of pounds is part of my accountability.
I understand. Now you have an audience is listening. They're going to hold you accountable to your 5 minutes of weight. Whatever it's called.
Whatever it is I'm talking about.
All right,
so
well.
hopefully I'll make some progress. So starting weight 188.7 this morning.
All right.
I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
I'll put it out there. Yes,
All right.
I'm fat right now, but I'm working on it.
Are you going to take a picture and put it up so people can see?
Hell no. And no one need to see this what is that they tell you carrying around my tube, whatever they call
my
it. I don't know.
God.
Ain't nobody need to see that but me.
The spare tire?
Yeah, my spare tire. There you
Okay,
go.
well.
Nobody needs to see that spare tire because that's some kind of tires that you don't. That's a
Wow.
big vehicle kind of tires right there.
Well, let's just. Well, I'm gonna support you as your husband, so I'm gonna try to keep the sugar out and not bring it in the house.
Oh please, Mister, a whole pack of Werther's wrappers all over the house.
Why are you judging me?
I'm not judging you. I'm just talking about you.
Oh, you're 100% judging me because you mentioned that a bunch of times already.
Yeah, because you shouldn't be bringing. I've asked you many times not to bring the damn
And I
sugar
don't.
in the
No,
house.
what happens is I hide it and you find it.
I'm not even looking
Yeah,
for
but don't take it when you find it. Don't take
see,
it.
I can't not take it. I'm a
See?
sugar freak. That's why I don't keep it in the house. I don't keep it in the
It
house.
sounds like an excuse to me.
Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. But let's move on.
Let's get into the show topic today.
So today we've had a few people ask us over the years, and actually in the last few months or so, like how do we get to where we are? Now we ain't rich by any means. We're not like
We are not.
I
even
ain't
close
like
to
no
rich.
vice president,
Rich.
CEO, nothing like that. But we live a decent lifestyle, a good lifestyle. We are fairly
Comfortable.
frugal. We're frugal and comfortable.
Is frugal mean cheap?
You're cheap. I'm frugal.
I'm not that. Well, I used to be cheaper when I was younger. I've gotten better because I realized being cheap doesn't get you good quality things that you expect to last a long time.
So people have asked us how we chose the careers.
Oh yes.
And what did we do in high school for jobs, and how did they lead us to where we are now? So,
Do you want to start in high school?
well, yeah, we can start. Well, actually, mine is kind of started in high school.
What did you?
Yeah, it did because I guess I'll start. So I lived at the same house since I was a kid. Not the same house now, but when I was a kid, I went to middle school, elementary school, and high school with the same kids. And in 10th grade, I decided I was so tired of seeing these same people. I'm like, I need some new people because I was a super extrovert when I was younger. And it was always about new people, new experiences. So I decided to transfer schools. But in order to transfer schools, you had to have a program, because my neighbor did it too. You had to have a program that wasn't at your school, that was at another school. So I chose electronics. They had an electronic program at this other high school. And so I was able to transfer to this other high school. And that's where I did the electronic program. I didn't know what the heck we were doing in the electronics thing, but I was there. And being in electronics, and my cousin who's older, because my brother was the first of our family to go to college.
Mr. B?
Yeah, Mr. Baker's class. Yeah,
I can say Mr. Baker now. I
yes,
can say it.
we're actually in the same electronics class because
God, I
we've
forgot
known
about
each
that
other
class.
since we met when we were kids.
That's right.
And we saw each other again in high school.
I totally forgot about that.
So, where was I? Oh yeah. So I was in the electronics class, and then my cousin, he said when it was time to get ready to go to college, he said, "Oh, you should major in engineering," because I was in this electronics class, and he's like, "Doesn't matter what you do in life, engineering degree, you can always get a job doing something." So I was like, okay,
He was right.
For me personally, for the person who I am, I probably should have done either business or been like a therapist or something, or career counselor. Those are like the jobs that I've always wished I had. And one day I feel like I will do counseling, because I do like to help people make their better, right? But I decided to go with the engineering. So I applied. Well, I'm trying to think about this.
Keep going.
So I went, because my brother went to college. He knew what he wanted to do from when he was a kid, and he went on, he knew everything. So for me, I was trying to figure all that out. So I decided to go to college because I saw my parents work a lot. My dad worked 6 days a week. My mom worked, 6-7 days a week. And I didn't want that for my life. So I'm like, I'm going to college, and I got to major in something. I had never even been I'd never been to college at all, ever really, until I went on a college tour.
You never went to visit any colleges at all before that?
No, because that's not like, my brother and I were the first to go to college, and he knew where he wanted to go, and he only went 45 minutes away.
Oh, at Emory-Riddle, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. I forgot about that.
So when I went, I was like, oh, so this lady, I don't know how I found out about, but some lady had this trip to visit schools, and I knew I wanted to go away from home. Like, I knew I wanted to get away from home. I wanted to go to Rutgers. Don't ask me why I wanted to go to Rutgers. Just because I liked it.
Rutgers in New York?
Yeah, I think it's in New Jersey. I just liked Rutgers. I don't know if it was the name
as
or whatever.
hell?
Yeah, but I couldn't go there. So
That's right.
I decided to go as far away from home as I could,
man.
that I could still drive. So I went on this school tour, and we went to FAMU and Florida A&M University, Rattlers. And that's where I decided that's where I was going to college, because I could get away from home, and it was in state, so it wasn't as expensive. And I went there, I ain't gonna lie, because FAMU is a HBCU. And when I went there, because where I grew up in my neighborhood, there's probably 200-300 houses in the neighborhood. There's only like 2 black families in my whole neighborhood. So I've always went to predominantly white schools. Most of the kids I know were always white kids. So when I went to this school and I showed up and all I saw were black people, my life changed forever. I said, I am going to this school. This is where I'm going. There was no doubt in my mind that FAMU was the place for me.
What, because you saw black people?
Yes, Ian, there are black people everywhere. Because for me,
we didn't grow up with a lot of black people. So.
No, and I do.
I see what you mean.
I do. People like to be around people who are like them. That's just a natural thing, that be human nature. People stick to people who are like them. It doesn't mean you shouldn't branch out from people who are different from you, but people tend to stick with who are similar. And for me, always being at the schools and then being a super minority, in third grade, I think me and this one other girl were the only black people in the whole third grade.
Yeah.
And the whole school may have had 10 people. This is in the 80s now.
I can feel you on that. Yeah.
Right. So I was just like, whoa, black people, I'm going. So I went to FAM and I had the best college. I did. Hey, man, I had the best experience. I'm forever grateful that I went there. I'm glad that I had that experience, because some people, this is a topic we need to talk about one day on HBCUs, but some people say, well, it's not the real world. But because I had already lived in the real world for so long, going to an HBCU for me was a great way to get out of the real world and being able to be around people who are like me and understand me. Even though the interesting part about that, though, which we need to have an HBCU to show something about colleges.
HBCU.
But the interesting part about that, and I'm gonna get back to my part about talking about what I'm doing, where I got there, but was to see all the different kinds of black people. Like everyone just seems like, oh, you're a black person and you're just black. No. There's the bougie black people, the ghetto black people, the rich black people, the poor black people, the West Coast black people, the northern black people,
you know what?
The southern black people. I mean, there's so many, and everyone, even though we're all black and we're all different shades,
we're different.
Our experiences were all so different.
Oh yeah.
And me, that was eye opening. I never thought about it.
I never thought about that.
Oh yeah.
Until you mentioned that now.
Oh yeah.
And because I went to Florida State, best school ever, but you're right. You don't think about that till you go to a college and see different black people. That we really are different.
Yeah, we're all black, but we're
black,
all
but we're
different. We all have all these different experiences.
I never thought about that. Till you said that just now.
Because they were like back then when we went, there were like famous people's kids at FAM. there were, people like, some of my friends, they couldn't even afford a car like when we first got there because they didn't have much,
And you don't think about that though when you go to college. You think everybody should have a car
when
they go to college.
Right. No, but not because everyone has these different experiences.
God, I never thought about that since you mentioned that right now.
So I did go to the engineering school. I did graduate with my my bachelor's in electrical engineering. I went to the FSU College of Engineering, which we did share with FSU as a FAMU student, and that was interesting. I was not a good student. Not that I did not have the abilities. I had the abilities.
You were a brilliant student. You were just lazy.
But I did not. Because I never wanted to go to college. I only went because I didn't want to be poor.
When Natalie wanted to study something and pass a test, when she really studied and put her mind to it, she'd study and get good grades. But she was lazy. She was one of the smartest people I met at the engineering school. Even though she thinks she wasn't, she was. She was. But
I just never applied. I ain't gonna lie. I was always trying to get somebody's homework. I was that student all day. I ain't had my homework done.
Yep. Cramming
for tests.
Yep.
But I did have a job. I worked like 20 something hours a week. I was not just sitting around on my butt, so I was that student. So, but the crazy part is, this is what I tell people. Yes, you want to try your best when you go to college. You want to do well. But even if you don't, it doesn't mean life is over for you.
Correct.
Get yourself other skills. Get soft skills. How to talk to people, emotional intelligence, how to read people, all these other things like soft business skills.
Don't colleges teach that though to
No, they don't teach you that stuff.
What are they? So they just send them out to the world with nothing?
You learn how to study and how to think, I guess, but you don't always get the soft skills.
What about those
That's
degrees?
Why internships are so important. That's why internships are very... And the one thing I will tell everybody to do, even if you have to stay an extra year, an extra semester in college, trying to, this doesn't apply to every degree, but for the most part, it's good, especially if you have a technical degree. Don't graduate without an internship of some type because it will hurt you with trying to get jobs. Unless you know somebody who's going to hook you up when you graduate, just get an internship of any type.
I agree.
Or
I agree with
even if you have a job, have like a job where you're working 20, 30 hours a week. But don't just go to college, don't have no job, don't get an internship, and then graduate and then try to look for a job because it's going to be unless you got the hookup somewhere, it's going to be really hard to get a job.
That's a good advice for people out there listening because I'm telling you, it's tough. It's tough to try to find a job from scratch.
Yeah, it is. And then everybody wants you to have some kind of internship because they know that because when you have an internship, you learn a lot of these soft skills. You see, you have experiences with how to deal with people, how to deal with things. So when you come to the workplace, finally, you're not totally fresh. And that's why it's important to have an internship because you learn a lot just working on a job. So I had a co-op that I did with the power company, and I also I did a co-op before I graduated. But I did graduate, not the best grades. Everybody was shocked when I told them I had a job when we graduated. How the hell did people were like, they're like, what are you doing now? Because I was a horrible student, so everyone's thinking like, Natalie ain't got nothing. So they would ask me, what are you gonna do?
You, see?
And then I was judged. I knew people always judged me because I didn't do my schoolwork.
They thought they were better than you.
And that's fine. But I knew people judged me all the time because I didn't do my schoolwork. That I was dumb or that I was unintelligent.
Those bougie black people, is that what you're talking about?
Just people in general. This is FSU and FAMU students. So
I got
it was
too.
mixed.
I got people made fun. Ian, all you do is play all the time. You don't take your work seriously. I'm like, all right, I guess I need to take my
but let me help you finish mine so you can talk about your experience.
Go ahead.
So I graduated with my not so great degree, and I was able to get a job based on because I had I had back then great interview skills. It's been years since I've had an interview, but honing your interview skills while you're in college, super, super important. Learning how to talk to people and just navigate the world. That's a very important thing, and tell stories. Situation, action, result when you have interviews. So for me, my gift for gab is what got me to my next level. Even though my grades sucked, I could talk to people.
Oh, she does.
And that's what got me my first job.
100%.
It got me my first job. I worked at the phone company, and I've pretty much been in the phone industry ever since, doing different kinds of engineering roles. And that's pretty much, making sure. Yeah. And to get to the point now where actually I've just started my own business, I guess, doing what I do in the phone business.
Yeah.
I got to that point, I tell my nieces all the time, just hard work. I busted my butt all the time and tried to always have good results. Just hard work and perseverance and learning how to get along with other people. People skills is the number one skill with the job. You may not be the smartest person in the room, but if you know how to work with others, like it'll get you way far.
I agree with that 100%.
Now, looking back, if I could go back again and do it differently, what would I do? Personally, for me, my dad was a general contractor, and I wish that I had learned what my dad could do.
Man, you would be talking to me right now on this podcast.
And I wish I did not have the fear to take risks when I was younger. I was not a risk taker.
That's right.
And I have not lifetime harm myself, but I have set myself back a lot of years because I was never a risk taker or a doer. I need to, if you're not a doer, find ways to, if you have ideas to do things, even if you have to work with other people to get them done, but try to accomplish your goals. Like that's the one thing I did not do that I'm like, dang it, if I only had, so many things that I told Ian that I wanted to do, but I didn't do out of fear or lack of knowledge.
Chick-fil-A franchise.
Many things. Remember that property I wanted to buy some land back in the day, and I didn't, and I let everyone talk me out of buying that land. And I've had a lot of really good ideas that I just did not.
I've told you this
follow
forever.
up on.
You're smart. You're a brilliant person, and you just have to be confident in your ideas and go with them.
Yes.
If you do that, you'll fail at some, but you're going to be successful at a lot of them. But you just can't be scared.
Yes. So what is that? Fear, false evidence appearing real.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I've heard that several times.
Where'd you hear that from?
I heard it in my real estate stuff. That people have been saying that.
Oh.
But it's true. And there's all these things that I thought that, I can't do that or I can't do this. And where I would be now if I did not have that fear or if I had more confidence in myself and my abilities. It's just now at 40 something that I have true confidence in more confidence in myself. So, any young person out there listening, fear, false evidence appearing real. You can't live in fear. You have to, especially when you're young, try things. Because if you fail, you do have time to fix your failures. But if you don't even try, then you never know. And then all you have to look back on is regret at what could have been. I look back and my life could have been so much better, financially, if I had taken advantage of or paid attention to things. Remember we talked about back in the day, Ian and I have been customers of Amazon. We did not realize this since, what does it say, 2000?
No, this was since college.
Yeah, we were.
Since 99.
When Amazon was first started, we bought a zip drive.
Zip drive, we used to order books.
Yeah,
zip drives and books.
And we've always looked at we should invest in things that we use.
What was the stock at the time? I think it was I don't think it was even $5
I don't
at the
even
time.
know. But
and you said, we should invest in Amazon stock. I'm like, okay, but
then we never did. And now we look back what the heck were we thinking?
If we would have bought 100 shares of Amazon stock back in the day, we wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Right. And we used them. We were like, oh, Amazon. Oh, but then with that fear, I don't know if it's going to do. But we used it and we would purchase things all the time.
Yep.
All the time.
All the time. We didn't even think about it. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Damn.
So that's something else too. But definitely for anyone out there listening, or if you have kids you can talk to or guide and mentor, try to find things that you truly enjoy, and then try to figure out how to make those things into your career. And college is not the only way. There really isn't. And I know, college is a great thing, but it's not for everybody. And I wish, I'm glad I went to college. I'm glad I had that experience. But I think maybe after I had done some things a little bit differently. But that's how I got to where I am today. Just a lot of hard work, and not giving up, not quitting. If I interviewed for a job and I didn't get it, I never was like, oh my God, my life is over. I was like, you know what? One door closes, another door will open. Yep. And a bigger, better is always coming. And that's always been true, thus far in my life. So when, just know when disappointment strikes, it's not the end of the world. You had this job in mind that you wanted and you interviewed and you didn't get it. I can give an example of one. I interviewed for actually two different jobs. I interviewed for Sun Microsystems, which is not even around anymore.
That's right.
And I interviewed for WorldCom.
That's right.
And Sun Microsystems, I didn't even have the GPA for the interview, but I got in. And I me and my gift for gab, I wowed the guy and I got my second interview. I bombed it so bad. I was like, dang. I was like, well, whatever. I didn't make it, but at least I got past the first interview. That was huge for me because I had I did not have a good GPA at all. Yeah. It was a 3.5 was the requirement. I had a 2.8, 2.9.
I had a lower GPA than you when I was in college.
But I got through. So, but then I interviewed for WorldCom, and they were like, oh, you had a great interview, but at this time we're not going to extend an offer to you. Lo and behold, right after that, there was some huge decline in the economy. This is
yeah.
2001.
That's
Oh yeah,
right, yeah.
I think it was
No, no,
September
no.
11th. It was September 11th
Was that-
happened. Yes, because I graduated in 2001.
Oh yeah.
September 11th happened.
Oh yeah, that's right. That caused the whole downturn recession.
Right, and the whole
Yeah,
economy
yeah.
went down. Right,
Yeah.
and both of those companies went out of business.
That's right. That's right. They did.
And later I was like, oh, dang, if I had
forgot-
taken a job with them. And I was like, you know what? That's why I don't get worried. I don't worry about stuff like that
Yeah,
no more.
that's
If
true.
I don't get a job,
Don't
if I don't
worry.
get a promotion, if I don't get, as long as I'm doing what I need to do for myself and I'm moving forward as far as my actions, I'm not going to worry about anything else. Because if I don't get this job, it wasn't for me. That's
Yeah.
somebody else's opportunity, and the right one for me is coming. And that's
I
how I
agree.
look at stuff.
I
So
agree with you.
that's kind of, I mean, I didn't maybe not, that's in a nutshell how I ended up where I am today. I still work in the telephone industry.
That only took you about 20 minutes to explain.
I know. I'm so damn, I'm working on my wordiness, but I kind of digressed a few times with different things.
No, but it was the digression was needed though.
All right,
to,
so,
to
yeah.
make your point.
So Ian, I mean, we both went to the FAMU FSU College of Engineering at the same time. So how was what started you with making your career choice?
My career choice started when I was a young boy. I used to live you remember my old neighborhood back in Altamont. But I used to go by the power stations, the substations, and I always wondered what they were. I never knew what they were, but I was always mesmerized. I'd stay there and look at them I'd just stare at it. And I said, one day I'm going to do what they do.
Really? I didn't know you went that far back.
Oh
for you.
yeah. Oh yeah. I'd drive by there
wow.
with my bike and I'd see them and I'd just look at them. But I didn't know what they were, but I'd just sit there and look at them like I'm going to do that one day. But when you're a little kid, you don't know what that really means.
Right,
but
right.
That's how it started for me. And I'd
See,
get
that's like my brother. He just went on an airplane ride and he's like, I'm going to be a pilot.
Yeah.
Like he just knew it, like 9 years old. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And I'm just here floundering around, but he knew. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
And then I didn't know it was actually power systems. I knew I wanted to do that. I didn't know what it was at the time. And then later on, I would take old radios and take them apart, look at them. And then I got into high school and took electronics with Mr. Baker. And that was interesting. That just made things more clear. And then I went off to.
Oh yeah, but we didn't talk about like electronics class. We learn how to make circuit boards.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and how things work together.
Yeah, you learn
Power
basic
stuff.
basic electronics, how electronics works, like in radios, all electronics, amplifiers. We learned how to solder, build circuits.
Yeah.
We learned all that stuff, and we take tests and learning how all the stuff works together. So I think it's set up for a good foundation. Then I went to that Siemens program.
Oh yes,
couple
yeah. We were
years,
both
remember?
in Siemens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you went off to college, but I did it for.
Well,
gosh,
I did the pre-apprentice. I did the pre before you became an
Yes.
apprentice. I did the high school.
I
part
did
of
it. Then I got into the program, and that's what they taught you how to build things from scratch, build transformers, like build stuff. Like we built a testing kit.
Right.
It was amazing the stuff that the Germans could do. It was amazing, and I got fired.
And Ian thought his world had imploded.
I didn't get fired because I was a bad.
But that was in college. You were in a community college. It was a program,
It
right?
started off in high school.
Partial college.
Yes, partial
and
college.
You
partial,
work.
correct.
Right, to
That's
get
100%.
an associate of science. It was an associate degree or a certificate that you were
It
earning?
was. I think it might have been a certificate at the time. I can't remember
Okay.
the details,
All right.
but that's exactly right. Natalie's 100% right. That's what it was. So you'd go to college part of your time, and then this school would help you pay for your college.
Or the program would help you pay for your college classes.
And at the same time, when you graduated, you'd go out into the industry. And all these factories across the United States or even the world, you'd go work for that factory at whatever place you wanted to go. And a couple of my friends did. A couple of my friends graduated and actually went and worked
Right.
at those factories.
Ian got fired.
I got fired because I was set up.
Ian, we don't have to go all there, but you got fired.
Well, I'm gonna make my point. My point is they tried to hire me back a year later after they supposedly fired me. So, and then I went off to FSU shortly after I graduated from community college.
Yeah, but why? And then what made you decide to pick the major that you and go to FSU? Why'd you go to FSU?
Well, I was tired of being at the house and not doing anything with my life. You know, I'm sitting there and I got fired, and I'm like, you know what? I think the turning point for me was when I applied for the job at the Winn-Dixie to become a manager at the dairy section. And I'd worked there at that point for 3 years, and I knew everything about the store, the inventory, how to stock it. And there was a young gentleman that came in. He just got out of prison. Now, there's nothing wrong with giving people a chance.
Right.
But they gave him the job over me. Like, they're like, we're going to hire him. And I told the manager, I'm like, well, I've been here 3 years and I know everything about the inventory. He's like, well, we want him. I'm like, okay, well, at that
must
point.
have been a buddy thing. He must have known
The
somebody.
guy was in prison for like 2 or 3 months. And then he came out and got this job. I was like, all right, got it. I guess you're trying to tell me something. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to go off to college. And that was it. That was my turning point. And I said, I'm going to apply to college. And I literally finished up, I think I had 6 or 7 classes at community college. I got like almost straight A's. That's how determined I was to get out. And then I applied for FSU. And right before I was going off to FSU, the manager, when Dixie goes, hey, I'd like you to get that job in the dairy section.
Didn't see there.
And I said, man, it's too late, man. I'm going to college. He goes, well, you can make a lot of money here. I'm like, no, it's all right. See you later. And that was it. And then I went up to FSU.
Where your friends were. I think, isn't that why you went to FSU? Was because your friends were there?
Yeah, I had friends that were already there for a couple of, that was one of my reasons, not the only reason. I think I look back at it now and realize I probably should have chosen another college for the engineering. I think there were other colleges at the time that had better engineering programs. But I think having friends at a place, especially at a college, you go to makes life easier.
Right.
That's why I kind of did it, because I didn't want to go to college and just not know anybody. And so I did that. I took all these, physics, math classes, and I finally graduated in 2001. And I took your advice. I went to a couple of those info sessions. Remember the FAMU had info sessions for companies to come in?
Oh yeah, you used to crash our even though he was at FSU, he would crash in the FAMU. That's where all the recruiters would come, mostly the FAMU stuff.
Explain to the audience what an info session is.
It's where a company just comes and they would talk about their company. And then you could learn, and then you could sign up for interviews to get interviews. So
FAMU used to get all the good companies. FSU didn't. I don't know what the hell we were doing then back then.
That was like 20 years ago, though. So maybe things are different now.
FAMU used to get all the good big companies would come to FAMU and get these info sessions. So I said, Natalie, man, I got to get in that info session. So she goes, come at this time. So the guy came in, talked about his company, and I literally signed up for an interview, and I interviewed for the job, and that's when kind of September 11th happened right after graduation. So.
No, you graduated 2002, bro. I'm 2001.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Are you sure about that?
So what happened, man, you remember your own damn story.
How are you going to tell me about my own career path when I don't remember anything?
You graduated. You didn't have a job, remember?
But I interviewed before September 11th. I mean, I interviewed after September 11th. But
the economy wasn't that great, but you didn't have no job. So what did you go do after you got out of school and you ain't had no job?
So I was so desperate for a job. When I moved back, I mean, nobody was hiring. Nobody at all was hiring. No engineering company was hiring. So I ended up working for the city of Altamont.
Doing what?
Working in the median, picking up plants, digging holes, planting plants.
Out in the summer heat.
Out in the summer heat. And the funny thing was, when I applied for the job, the guy goes, he looked at my resume and he goes, hey, man, I'm sorry to ask. He goes, I got to ask you, why are you applying for this job? You're an engineer. I said, hey, man, times are rough. I just need anything to do the job, man. I'm broke. Everybody out there, don't feel that you're above any job when it comes to getting money. You know, you got to be able to understand that if you need money, you got to be able to do a job. If you have to get a job as a janitor.
Right, as long as it's legal.
Yes, as long as it's legal, do it. It's not a big deal. Don't think that you're any better than any job, you know, because there's a lot of people out there that's, after this whole Corona thing happens, they'll be in that same boat as I was when I first started. You got to be able to willing to work. Do an honest living, getting an honest pay.
Yes, Ian used to be out there with his orange T-shirt on the side of the road.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, all those people at that job, when they found out I was an engineer, didn't talk to me at first. They're like, oh, he's too good. Then they realized after talking to me that I was a regular guy. And they thought I was going to quit after the first day. Like, when I came back the second day, they're like, oh, my God. They're like, you came back. I'm like, what do you mean I came back? They're like, we had a bet. We thought you were just going to quit after the first day. I'm like, hell no, I ain't quitting. I need money, dude. And I worked that job for about a good month and a half, 2 months.
That's about 2 or 3 months.
Yeah,
you end up getting an interview in between that time.
Yeah, and during that time, I prayed, and I got an interview from that same company I interviewed with at college, Florida Power.
Yeah, they end up calling.
And they end up calling me and, asked me to come in for an interview, and I did. And they ended up giving me an offer. And that's how I got my first job.
Yes.
Out of school.
And then from there, you just work hard, work your way through. And then, Ian, you decided to pursue your professional engineering designation,
yes.
right?
In my industry, being a professional engineer means that you're the highest caliber of engineer. You can actually stamp drawings. What it really gives you is an opportunity to get more money.
Hey, that's what it's all about.
And market yourself. So the difference between having a professional engineering license and not could be like $30,000 or $40,000, depending on the career path and the job you choose. But if you have it, companies don't even ask. They already start you high. When you go on a resume and you put PE after your name, they already start you high. They don't come in low.
All right, or even EIT, because you have to get your EIT in school, which is your engineering training.
Yeah, which is another test, another state designated exam.
And that's important. I never got that, but luckily my industry doesn't require it. But for yours,
Yeah, I'm in power systems.
Yeah,
so
you have to do
it's required.
the EIT first before you can sit for the PE, right? Is that required? So
yes. And so I did. Remember, I took it right like the year or two. I took it after college. I took the EIT, and then I got it.
Yes, you passed that.
Yeah, I remember because I was
you
all
passed
fresh.
that the first time.
The first time.
Yes, that's because you had just finished school.
Yes, it was very strange. Almost 2 years after getting out of school, I took the EIT the first time, and I passed it. The damn PE I took 4 times.
Yes, Ian had
I finally passed it.
Ian had a rough time because by the time he decided to dick his PE, he had kids. We had our son and life.
Couldn't study on a consistent basis. Didn't listen to Natalie, of course, and I failed it. I finally passed it, but I think the reason I passed it is because I actually listened to her and I'd make a routine to study. And I actually started figuring out the material.
Oh, you actually listened to me for once?
I did listen to you because I was tired of failing. So
I was tired of you failing.
I was so oh God, a stupid test.
Yes, but the thing about that is the lesson from that is you persevered. Even though you failed the first time, you failed the second time, you failed the third time.
Oh man.
And they made you
college.
go back to school to remediate. You had to go back to school and take some engineering classes to remediate.
Almost got my master's.
And then I know you're a few classes away from being able
4 classes away from a master's
for a
degree.
master's in engineering. But you persevered, like you kept going. And that's like one of the big takeaways. No matter what in life, you've got to keep going. There's things that's going to happen that feel like the end of the world. Like even right now with all this craziness and people are going to lose their jobs. Some people may lose their homes. It may feel like the end of the world, but nothing lasts forever. No season is forever unless you just quit and give up. But as long as you keep persevering and you keep pushing yourself, that bad season will end. It will come to an end, and so that's one thing I want to just from your story of failing and failing and failing, but you never quit. That was the thing. You never quit.
No.
And I was always like, Ian, just keep going. Just keep trying.
I wanted to quit.
Eventually you'll get there.
I did not quit.
Even my dad, he took the general contractor's license in his 60s or 70s. And he failed like 3 times. I think 2 or 3 times my dad failed because he's an old ass dude, but he knew how to do this stuff, but he didn't know this whole the testing
you have to
part
learn
of
how
it.
to take a test. That's what all this comes down to. Is not the material. It's knowing how to take a test.
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
And so he never quit, and at 60 something years old became a general contractor or whatever. So that's the biggest thing about.
Maybe you should become a general contractor.
Nah, bro.
Oh damn.
Not my cup of tea. I'm trying to get into real estate investing, but the GC part is not my thing.
I think you'd be good at it. You're just scared.
I'm not scared. I know I don't have an interest in that. I'm already like spread too thin as it is. So I'm like, that's not something I'm looking to do right now. But the one thing with us going through where we've been in life and picking a career and moving along in that career is, I forgot to even mention, and for me, I actually left telecom for a while and I went to work at a school.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, because I got tired of it. I was like, I just need something to do something different.
Yeah, what happened?
But the thing about it is too, don't be afraid to try different things. Don't be afraid to
That's right.
use your transferable skills. Like I ended up leaving engineering. I went into sales. Actually, I went into sales.
Gosh,
I skipped so much of my story. But I left engineering because I hated sitting at a desk every day.
This part is funny what you did next.
I hated sitting at a desk every day. I forgot about this. So I hated sitting at sales. So I'm going to sales. Like I met some people, they were like, oh, we're making all this money. I'm like, man, I like talking to people. I'm going into inside. I did inside sales.
Coward.
Which means you don't go door to door or whatever. You don't go to business to business. Just more inside. Like you're only on the telephone. And that was the worst job I ever had. Like I was horrible at that job. I've never had a job where I was bad. That job, you had to have a special skill, talent, and abilities to be an inside salesperson and be successful at it. That is not just a job that you can just walk up in there and just be good at it. You have to be cold calling. That's just not my cup of tea. So I did that for a couple of years and I left.
Was it years you did that?
I think I was there like a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
I don't think you were even there that long.
I don't know, because I sucked.
Because you bitch and complain about that job and you come home and you're like, Ian, this job sucks. I'm like,
because I'm not used to not doing well at things. Like I could deal with not doing that great at school.
That one
but when I work, I'm a good worker.
Oh, you are.
I'm not a good student.
Oh yeah, you are a good worker.
So I was just like, oh my gosh, like I sucked at it. So then I left that, went to work at a college for a few years, and honestly, the lady who hired me, I worked part-time, but the lady who hired me, she said, I'm only hiring you because of your engineering degree. And I was just like,
she told you that?
Yes. And I was like, snap. That's what my cousin told me. He said, Natalie, just get an engineering degree. It doesn't matter what you want to do. If you have that degree, people will hire you because you have that degree.
And the lady actually told you that?
She said that was the main reason, was because I have an engineering degree and I can look at processes and crap. And I was like, what the heck? But
that's the first time I've even hearing this. Get down, dog.
No. But yeah, so that's what she told me. And so that kind of validated what my cousin had told me in school. But engineering is not for everybody. But the biggest thing is just to work on your soft skills and just to meet people, because it's all about, I mean, I hate, people say it all the time, people get mad about it, but it's a lot of it's who you know. Even if you get into a job in your career, for you to move up a lot of times in a company is about who you know, because you'll have like what they call a quote unquote a sponsor.
That's correct.
Somebody who looks out for you, who's above you, and that person helps you to open doors to move up in a company. So, you know, it's extremely important about who you know. Get to know everybody. Like when I first started working at my first job at a school, I had one friend, she was kind of quiet, and she'd be like, how do you know that person? I'm like, oh, I met them at the microwave. Or she'd be like, how do you know this person? Oh, I met them walking, in the bathroom. I would just talk to anybody, like people.
Yeah, you do talk a lot.
I do. I mean, it's not easy for everybody to do that, but it's important. No, but this is something I realize is very important. And when people know you and they like you, then they want to help you, and they'll help you.
I agree.
To move up in a company or to change jobs in a company, to move lateral. Because when I went to the inside sales, you know why I got that job? Because I knew this other girl who was doing it, and I knew somebody else who was doing it, and they referred me. That's
really?
what I got the job that way. Yeah. Right. And a lot of times, and when I left engineering and I came back, I got the job because I knew this guy I know was like, hey, they're hiring for contract jobs. Call this dude and talk to them. And I got hired, no interview, no nothing. They just hired me.
Yeah, because the
other guy knew you.
Yeah.
And the other guy asked around about other people about me. And so a lot of times that's how things work, So that's why it's very important to talk to people.
I agree.
It doesn't matter who it is, whether it's the janitor, whether it's, the vice president or whatever. I always say everybody's shit stink. So don't look at when you see people who are above you in a company that you can't talk to them or you can't.
I agree.
You can't. Everybody's shit stink. Mm-hmm. Nobody is any better than anybody else. So even if you're at a job and you see the janitor guy, buddy him up, or lady, buddy them up. Hey, how are you doing?
You don't know who they know.
Yeah, you don't know who they know. But and either way, they're a person too.
Yep.
So, it's important to, number one thing, as far as my career choice, I think that's gotten me to where I am today, is just getting along with other people and doing my job well.
I told you, people like you a lot. That's why you're going to be successful in your company.
Well, I hope so.
Oh, you will. Don't say you hope. You will be successful.
I will be. Yes. You got to claim it. Yes.
You got to say it.
That's true. You have to claim.
Claim it. Put it out into the universe. Don't be scared to say those words of affirmation.
Yeah. So, I mean, we will, I don't know what kind of post we'll put up for this. So maybe if people want to, but if you guys ever have questions for us, definitely message the Facebook of the Family Mess -podcast on Facebook. You can send us a message if you have any other questions about college, choosing a college, picking a career, and the whys, because that's my thing. I love career. That was, if I weren't doing this, I was going to be a career counselor. I really was. And so I got my master's in human resources development, which I've never used. I did go and get a master's degree, even though I hated school, because I wanted to change my career and be a trainer. But that didn't pan out. So, but I'm good with where I'm at now. So, but you, Ian, anything you want to add before we wrap up?
I don't think so. I think I'm good. I can't think about anything else right now I want to add, other than remain focused on your path. Whatever decisions you have, find people that know it, talk to them, and don't be afraid to listen to people that have been there before. Like,
yes, very important.
People that have been there and are giving you wise advice, please listen to them. Don't try to go on the path of your own, because you're going to fall. I mean, if someone's been down that path before and they've fallen, they're going to tell you how you won't fall. It's wise to listen to them.
Yes. Make new mistakes. Don't repeat old ones.
Correct. Because I'm telling you.
Take sound advice. That's very important for college students.
I mean, because there's people that have been there, and if they're telling you something, the guy that helped me do this podcast, I just listened to him because I was starting it. I didn't know what I was doing. And Natalie goes, you should just call him. He's done it before. He'll be able to help you. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And I did that. And this is what you do, Ian. That's the type of advice you need. People that have been there, listen to them. They'll set you down that path. That way you don't have to make the same mistakes that they did, Right. Because they want to see you succeed. What sucks is when You tell people or give them advice, and they go do what they want to do.
You give them sound advice.
And then they fail. And then every time they fail, I laugh at them. I'm like, I don't even care because you didn't listen. I don't give a damn. So
or they come back struggling.
They come back struggling.
That is
true. Man, that was a good show today.
Yeah. Well,
Finally, after
it's easy when you talk about yourself, but but people have asked me like, how do I get? I don't feel like I'm the most successful person in the room.
Natalie, you're very successful. Stop saying that.
I'm not like some VP but I am a new business owner. So
Natalie, a lot of people look up to you, Natalie. So don't ever downplay yourself or downgrade yourself. I always notice you do that. Always talk positive about yourself. I don't know why you're living in this place of I'm not that. You're very successful. Because I wouldn't be with you if you weren't successful.
Thanks.
I wouldn't
Appreciate
be.
It. Well, I would say the same.
I knew you were successful when I saw you in college. I knew I was like, She don't play around.
When I didn't have my homework?
I don't care. Well, you stayed in that class. I got an F in that class. I didn't. I left. I remember that class.
Oh, man.
But, I mean, you're a very successful person and you're a hard worker. So, I mean, don't downplay yourself.
Yeah, so all you any college students out there listening or people who are going to college or whatever, just, pursue your dreams. Do as many things as you can now before life happens and before you have kids and fear. Don't live in fear because fear will keep you from the success that you're supposed to have in your life.
Yep. Don't let fear stop you from getting what you want. Because fear is a very powerful thing.
It is, man. Fear be robbing people. Well, fear robs people of success.
Fear is what's happening.
Feelings
with this damn virus right now is the fear of what might happen and it's not actually happening. But it's just weird how fear. I think is the most dangerous thing that can happen to you in your career, in your life, is fear.
Yeah. Because that's what holds you back.
It cripples you. It literally cripples you from doing anything, and then you just sit in the same place you're at. Like you said in another podcast, oh my God, I looked at myself.
The mindfulness one, yeah.
I looked at myself 3 years later, I'm doing the same thing.
Oh God, it's been like 5-6 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fear.
Yeah.
So that's another new podcast we'll do sometime. But thank you all for joining us on another great episode. You can also join us on our other streaming platforms at Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, CastBox, Deezer, Podcast Addict. You can also comment on our Facebook page, The Family Mess. Is that a hyphen?
Yes, hyphen or dash or whatever.
The Family Mess dash.
I may change that to just the Family Mess podcast. I'm going to see if I can change that.
Yeah, right now it's the Family Mess dash podcast on our Facebook page. Instagram is at The Family Mess. And Twitter is The Family Mess at @family_mess. Join us on all the media streaming formats.
Yes, subscribe, like, and please share. If you like what you hear, please share with your friends and let them know about our podcast as well. We appreciate it.
Help us get our numbers up, please, so we can keep these things going.
Stop begging.
I'm begging. I don't give a damn. I'm begging for all the help we can get doing this podcast and get it going. But thank you all for listening, and God bless.
I love The Family Mess. Oh, my